Ever wonder how your car got scratches on it, or how it doesn't look as shiny as it did when you first bought it, or how when you wash it, it's just not giving that look that it once did when you first bought it? Hi, my name is Matthew St. John. Today I'm going to explain to you the best ways to wash your car using the two-bucket method. Um, the reason why you want to use a two-bucket method is because when you take your car over to a car wash place, every rag and everything that they use over there, like the big brushes, or even if you take it to the gas stations, they all have dirt on them that has been compiling up for days and days. They don't really take care of their stuff, so they're not going to take off every piece of equipment and clean it after every car wash. So all that dirt particles gets pressed into your paint when they push it onto the car. The reason why I use a two-bucket method is because every time you dip the sponge into the bucket, it cleans the dirt off. And I'm going to explain to you with what tools to use to do this. Okay, first you're going to need two buckets, which I have right here. I also have two grit guards that go inside the bucket. And then what they look like is they have this material that when using your microfiber cloth pad, which is very important as well, you can get the dust off and it will fall to the bottom of the bucket. Now the reason why you're doing this is because you want no dirt on your thing, because when, like I said, when the dirt is pressed into the paint, it scratches it. It's very important to also note that I use two of these microfiber cloths, which are they're good. I like them just because you can put your hand in it and it seems to work really well with what I'm doing. But the reason why I use two is because I'll use it on half of the top part of the car at first, and then I'll come back with my second microfiber cloth that's been sitting there, and I'll do the second bottom half of the car. It's real important to do to keep as clean as you can. Like that's the whole point, is to keep these microfiber cloths as clean as possible. I also use a tight sponge for the rims as well. I try to keep everything separate, and I always do the rims last because by then your bucket's getting some dirt in it, and even though these things are good from keeping the dirt off of the microfiber cloth, it's try to get like the hardest parts of the car, the dirtiest parts, last, because you know that's going to be where the potential for scratches is. So pretty much it's pretty simple. You'll take your microfiber cloth, you'll dip it in the soap bucket, the bucket that you put. Usually I have these two types of soaps. I use Mother's. I like their stuff a lot, but I also use McGuire's, which is pretty good. And I'll fill the bucket just until I see the very bottom of it full of soap. And I'll pour the water in, fill it up all the way, and then the other bucket is pure water. And what you'll do is you'll dip your hand or whatever, your microfiber cloth, into this bucket. You'll wash the car one panel at a time. So you're only going to cover a little section like this quarter over here. That's all you want to cover. Once you cover that, then you take, after your cloth is dirty, you dip it in the clean water, rub it against that grit guard, and then wring it out so that the water gets off of it, and then put it back in the soap, and that's when you're going to do the next piece. And that's how you're going to do your whole car. You're going to go around it and you're going to be doing that. And then you're going to hit your rims up and make sure that you get those clean, nice and clean. And then pretty much after that, it's pretty simple. You're going to rinse it down. And it's also important to note that I usually will rinse my car off first before I start applying soap. One, because you don't want it to first come in contact with the soap right away. You want it to be a little bit wet. Also is because it knocks off all the loose dirt, which is really important. And it's also important to note that try not to use too much water pressure, because some people say it does scratch your paint. I don't usually use too much water pressure for that kind of stuff. And then you're going to dry it off with your microfiber towel once you've cleaned the car. It's also important to note that if you are taking the steps properly, you want to also go over it with the clay bar, which is a whole different thing that I would discuss in the later video. But today it's pretty much you're just going to want to clean the car off, and then after that wipe it down with the microfiber towel, and that's pretty much the gist of it. After that, your car should be looking nice as new. Make sure that it has a nice wax over that before you do that kind of car wash, and that's how it's going to stay the nicest. Overall, that's how you wash your car with the 2-bucket method, and thank you for watching. Thanks. Bye.